maybe a little less ceiling. Hi, Trey Amigos. Everybody be really good or do some special tricks because we're live on YouTube. Although we don't have anybody here yet, so. Good morning, Sarah Lockhart. I'm crushing cans. We're not going to take a road trip and take them to the Humane Society. Hi, Carrie. Carrie, everyone is just me and you and Sarah. But I'll quit doing this now that there are a couple of you here. And Poppy Red Mustang. You got to get to cutting the grass. Good morning, Poppy Red Mustang. So I'll quit doing this. No, I felt like I should go live for just a few minutes for a check-in at least, since I didn't do anything on the channel yesterday. And Willow just distracted me. I did a community post, but it's cutting the top of my head. I did a community post, you guys may have seen it yesterday, of 4 pictures of Mr. Big Stuff. Hi, Lady 7-Up. Just to show you pictures of Mr. Big Stuff and to stay connected with you. I think mainly this morning, the thing that I want to update you guys on. Hi, Esther. Little old man and I had a pretty rough late night and early morning. I'm a bit of a mess. Just in that I haven't had as much rest overnight as I like to get. He's not sick. Okay. Hi, Roberta's World. The day's already pounding you down. Baby, maybe we can help cheer you up a little bit. But guys, what's going on with little old man is he is having an incontinence problem. All 3 of his beds. Now, I'm not asking for any more beds. Please don't. This is not some kind of dry begging thing going on. Right now, all 3 of his beds are drying. I don't know what the problem is because he goes to the litter box to defecate. But this morning, I got up a little bit earlier than normal because late last night, he had pee-peed in his bed for like the 2nd time yesterday. So I've been checking on him a little more frequently. It was saturated. We had to do the entire switch out. And when I got up this morning to check and start the feeding, when he heard me, he did the ma, ma, which is what he does when he's wants my attention. He asks for it. No, baby, he's not yellow. Let's see, let me follow on through with the little story, and then, we're going to have to get puppy pads. I'll carry you back there in just a minute, and we'll check in on him. He's eating well. He's drinking well. But this morning, when he wanted my attention, he had gone poo-poo in the litter box but he was laying off on the to the side, just on the mat that's in there. And I look at his bed, and it is absolutely saturated once again with urine. So, of course, went through the cleanup, got him cleaned up, and now all three of his beds are drying. So he's laying, no blood. There's no crystals, crystallization. Guys, what I think it is, I know, Poppy. What I think it is that, and I can only guess, but just based on his patterns and my observations, I think he realizes he has to go pee-pee. But before he can get up and get to the litter box, it's too late, is what I think. So, yeah. And I don't want to get sad right at the beginning of a live stream, but it is a cat rescue. I feel like, hi, Flip Flop. Willow is in the chip. What are you? Willow is in the potato chip basket. But I want to finish talking about little old man. And babies, hi, Jack. Hi, Crystal, Nicole. I will look at your chat better here in just a few minutes. I'll carry you guys outside. I haven't had a morning cigarette yet. And I could use a little nicotine. Okay, so if we take little old man to Dr. Sarton, it's going to be more tests, more putting him through the ringer. We've done just about every test on little old man that can be done, you babies. Between you guys and me and the boss, together we have spent $1,000 in the last 6 weeks or so to benefit little old man. He's had blood work, urine work, feces work, head to toe x-rays. We know he has a neurological condition that can cause him to have confusion. Based on what I've just said, and because I look into little old man's eyes every day, deeply, I'm not ready, and I don't think little old man is ready to say goodbye. His eyes are clear and bright. He's crippled, yes, terribly. His front legs now, when he stands up as best as he can. Hi, Wang Chang. What are you going to do? Go up to your place? Yep. Hi, Wait What? Hi, Millie Ariane. Hi, Linda. Wenda Lilson. You can tell I haven't had all my coffee or cigarette this morning. Hi, Sasha. If I didn't say hi earlier. Like I said, guys, I'm not really. I've been up for several hours, but I'm not awake. Hi, Sin. Um, Little man's not ready to say goodbye, and this is not me clinging. Okay, I, as a cat rescuer, hi, Owen. I have been through this many times when the time comes for the Rainbow Bridge. And I recognize the time for the Rainbow Bridge when it gets here. And it is not time. Thank you, Flip Flop. Hi, Jaded. It's not time. Sarah, honey, that would be a great idea if he was peeing more often in the box. Okay, yesterday morning, first rounds yesterday morning, he had had a good night. He had urinated and defecated both in the litter box and was in his bed, which was dry, and he was ready for his breakfast. You guys know it's a cat rescue. Hi, Ann. So all the weird, strange noises are kitty cats doing their things. So yesterday morning, I go into the boss who's having his coffee, and I'm like, hey, little old man had a great night. No problems last night. But then yesterday. And so on this one, babies, for now, I'm going to ask you to trust my judgment for little old man. We all know the day's coming, and we all know it can't be that terribly far away. But number one, he's not ready. Sorry about the dryer. Number two, I'm not ready. Number three, we've invested $1,000 in just about every test under the sun that can be done. I truly believe, based on my observation of his patterns, that he merely is having the urge and he cannot, because of the lameness, get to the box on time. And if you are experienced with cats, you know that when they go to the box, to the litter box, okay, a cat does not evacuate their bowels and their bladder simultaneously. They do one, then they do the other. Usually they urinate first, then they go poo-poo. I think that would lend itself reasonably to why there's pee-pee in the bed, poo-poo in the box. And so far, he has not defecated in the bed. Now, if we get to that place, we'll need to have a very serious discussion. Well, San, honey, honestly, because I don't even know if they make kitty diapers. I've never used such a thing, baby. But even if they did exist, I would be very resistant to the idea because of the potential for infection. And little old man being FIV positive, as well as having an hi Mohawk Mom. And yes, it's on 2 different occasions, Mohawk Mom. And the thing is, in regards to his urine, it doesn't smell strong either. Now, granted, I have, and I know you guys are probably getting tired of looking at me. It's a kitty cat channel, but I need to give you updates because you have a vested interest in the channel and the cats. So it's kind of like we have a little board meeting and then we can have some fun. Yes, Carrie Bishop. And I think I forgot to tell you, Carrie. And Mohawk Mom, if you're not comfortable with a wrench, you just let me know and I can take it away and there'll be no hurt feelings, nothing. Not at all. We don't need a whole lot of modding over here. Well, thank you, Roberta's World. You had to use them for your dog when he was paralyzed in the back. So flip-flop, do you mean diapers? Or because guys, now here's the thing. We are a cat rescue. Yeah, Roberta, we are, baby. Okay. The diapers. Okay. Sweet Tea, welcome to Devil Cats, baby. Thank you for coming over. Sweet Tea is a mod on one of my favorite channels in another sector. It's called A Balance. We don't really drop links here on the cat channel, but you'll see that Sweet Tea also has just joined as a devil cat. But Sweet Tea mods for a channel in a completely different sector that goes by the name A Balance. And like most people call him AB. And he kind of, what he does is he calls out people in a certain sector on YouTube for bad behavior on YouTube. Not their bad behavior in real life. He doesn't care about that. It's he calls out bad behavior of people that have channels on YouTube in a certain area on YouTube. Anyway, so I watch that channel and I'm a member there, and so it's really makes me feel all warm and fuzzy that Sweet Tea has come over. So yes, Mohawk Mom. And Mohawk, I didn't see a response. Are you okay having the wrench? Basically, honey, if you've never modded, what basically I would just ask you to make people feel welcome. But if you're comfortable and you ever feel the need to time someone out, if we have a troll or something come in, then by all means, you do have a wrench. Hi, Sandy. So guys, I have my nightgown on and I just put a hoodie on over it. You're cool? Okay. And Mohawk, Carrie, I think you've heard me announce her before. Carrie is the managing moderator here. And she's just a really awesome person. And hi, Bubblegum. Bubblegum, you were up late last night or into the morning, and now you're up. Of course, for you, is it evening now? I don't want to dox you or anything like that, of course. But Bubblegum, you and I were in the same chat room last night or yesterday evening here for me. And in the chat, you put, she's probably like, don't be telling my business. But it was a public chat room. Bubblegum put, it's 2:46 a.m. here. And Bubblegum was ready to go to bed. Baby, I think that you had put in the chat, it was 2:46 a.m. where you were, and you were like, get on with it or something like that. And I was drinking a soda at the time, and I got so tickled I almost spit it out my nose. Anyway, here again, guys, most of you guys have come here from the other sector that most of us are in more frequently on YouTube. So you guys know what I'm talking about, but it was so cute. It's 2:46 a.m. Duh. All right. So let me show you what's going on with little old man. And as we go, we'll flip the lens here and see if we can. Here's our will-o-wisp, being a little thug and mobster as usual. Linda Wilson, you're green now, baby. Linda, did you get a membership and I didn't see it go by? Hi, Patty Ponytail. Linda, honey, I'm sorry if you became a member and I missed it. Sin, welcome to Angel Cats. Thank you, guys. So anyway, there's our will-o-wisp, our little thug. Here's our sergeant at arms, our only tuxie, Dastardly Doolittle, a.k.a. Dewey. Julie Newmar, one of the triplets being, and we are going to make our way back to little old man. Just, if we've got anybody new watching, nobody's on the cat tower. The triplets were rescued as kittens. Fortunately, they had already been weaned, but the triplets are comprised of Julie Newmar that you just saw. This is her brother, Trey Amigos, I beg your pardon, and her other brother is Deuce McKenzie, and I don't know where he is right now, but their mommy had weaned them, and she began bringing them to the front porch to show them where there was food and water. And I know, Bubblegum, I try to come up with kind of, Trey Amigos. That's right, Sin. You got it. Yep. And Deuce McKenzie, I kind of named, originally, Julie Newmar was named Prima Donna because we caught her first. Deuce, here he is, was named Deuce McKenzie because we caught him second. Trey, you guys get it, okay? Prima, Deuce, Trey. All right, representations of 1, 2, 3. I was not going to name them. We were going to rescue them and find them homes. Well, we didn't have any takers. So they came into the house. Hi, Arkansas, Missouri Penny. Arkansas, Missouri. Are you actually here in Heber too, you little stinker? I thought you were closer up to the Missouri border. If you're right here in my town, you need to get in your car and come over here to my house and visit with me. Unless you're Lillian next door with a different name. So anyway, Trey had been grabbed by his mama, and she had him by the scruff and was about to take off across the street when the boss managed to get him. Arkansas, Missouri Penny, get out of here. You are kidding me. You're not kidding me. We live in the same town. Please come. My address is on the About page. It's just when you pull up, make sure you scream out, I'm Arkansas, Missouri Penny, because if you don't, you might not get a really nice welcome because of my other channel. Okay, now let me finish the story, you silly kids. This is so cool that I have a viewer in my same town. Guys, we have There's only like 7,000 people in this town. There's 28,000 in the whole county. So Penny's saying, I get it, girl. Okay. So we had Prima Donna, Deuce McKenzie, and Trey Amigos rescued. Okay. Couldn't find them homes. So, of course, get them neutered, get her spayed, and all of that. But Prima Donna, who is now Julie Newmar. All right. The boss, as you can see, we got 2 Chewy packages. I'll talk about that in a second. She became like attached to the boss at the hip, like she is his cat. And he started calling her Julie Newmar, who was an actress when the boss and I were young, when we were little kids. Oh, Arkansas, Missouri Penny, thank you for the $20 super sticker. Oh, yeah, if Bob was here, Mohawk Mom, he would just open the door and let Angel in. Okay. So there's Julie Newmar again. Okay. So I'm going to get through this story. I'm going to quit looking at your chat because you kids keep distracting me. He started calling her Julie Newmar. I said, why are you calling her that? He said, because her legs are so long. It reminds me of Julie Newmar. Julie Newmar in the early 1960s was in a black and white TV series called Rhoda the Robot. And then later on in the 60s, she was in the television version with Adam West and I think his name was Burt Ward. She was Catwoman. She was one of the Catwoman characters. So he started calling her Julie Newmar because to him, she has long legs. So her name got changed. So she and this guy are triplets rescued from the same litter. Okay. She's a tall girl. Everybody, we've already featured Baby Dumpling, the 55-mile-an-hour kitty. His story, I think, is on the last live stream. I do too, Arkansas, Missouri Penny. I love the classic. Of course, I'm an old lady, honey. You know that. You've been watching me on both channels, I think, long enough to know that. I think I've seen you on the other channel, honey. There's our Patches, pretty Patty Patches. Now, I named her Patty, Paddy, because she was rescued as a tiny kitten, abandoned or orphaned. I'm not sure. Hi, Angel. And she looks exactly like the mama. And the reason I say I don't know if she was abandoned or orphaned, okay? The mama, thank you, Patty Ponytail, for your super chat. The mama looked exactly like her, and I'll get back to the Patty part, okay? We could never catch her. She was the abandoned pregnant one, okay? The years went by. Patty Patches was in the last litter, but she was separated from the litter. We didn't see it happen, so we don't know if her mama separated her, culled her from the litter for some reason, or the orphaning part, if baby mama knew that she was ill, she herself, and that she wasn't gonna make it, and brought Patty Patches to us. I don't know. It's making me sad to think about the mama because of the way we found her. And I have PTSD, darlings, from some of my cat rescue experiences. So I have to be a little bit careful what I talk about. Anyway, so back to the kind of cheerful thing. I didn't know if she was male or female. And I named her Patty, Paddy, which is short for Patrick. I thought she was a boy. Well, Dr. Sarton straightened me out on that. Patty, Patty, is short for Patricia. Paddy, Paddy, if you are of the Celtic origin, which I am. You know, it should actually be on St. Patrick's Day, it should be Happy Patty's Day, not Happy Patty's Day. Like y'all really needed that lesson. Okay. What you see here are all of the little old man's castle right now. Is also a clothesline. Those are the foam paddings from his 3 beds. Let me show him here for just a second. He's sleeping well. But let me flip the lens, babies, and sit you here in the washing machine for just a minute and just check on him. You guys, I know I look terrible, but it's not a me channel, it's a cat channel. So I'm not all that concerned about how I look. Anyway, and as you guys know, this is a little bit of a process because his beds cannot be dried in the dryer. They have to air dry. And his 3rd bed is hanging outside on the back of one of the metal-backed chairs drying in the sun. These dry really quickly, so I just clothespined them on there. They're not dripping or anything like that, you know. By the time they come, what I do is I leave the pads zipped inside so that they don't get torn up in the washing machine. I just leave them zipped up in there. And then after laundering, then I take the pads out and hang them up to dry. And then his little beds get hung in whatever convenient area I can find, because after the spin, they're not like, you know, dripping. But they're still kind of wet. And guys, like I said, this is, and in the title, this is just a check-in. So we're not going to be on here a whole long time. But I did want to show you what I did come up with for him. And I do have more rugs of this type that I can use until I've never had all 3 of his beds soiled and had to be cleaned at the same time. So this is our first go around with getting up in the early morning and going, oh, okay, what do we do now? So here's our guy. So I didn't give him his breakfast, of course, until after I had cleaned up his little house here and gotten him cleaned up as best as I could. I was concerned that he might not be able to. Okay, you guys, if you've been here before, you know that little old man usually is in his bed here. And that padded ridge around the outside of his bed, okay, is just right for him to be able to he lays his head over. He ate about half his breakfast. Now, if you're new, don't be concerned that his dish is dirty, okay? This dish gets washed, this dish gets washed twice a day. Okay. It's just that the way he has to eat, he's basically laying on his side because of his crippled joints. Um, so it makes a mess, you guys, all around the edge. I don't want anybody new to see that and think, oh my gosh, look how nasty. But, little man, okay, guys, he doesn't want to wake up right now. I think he had it pretty rough there with me having to switch out his everything. I'm watching his breathing pattern. Let me turn the fan off. Babies, let me just stand here for a few moments and watch his breathing pattern. Okay. He's about to go into his deep sleep. He's about to start snoring. When he goes into real deep sleep, he snores. I know, Tammy T. Hi, Lise. Yeah, Flip Flop Baby. Yeah, his. I was trying to get him to. I really hate to disturb him when he's sleeping, babies. Oh, you got your. Hey, buddy. Guys, the reason, if you're new, that there's a box fan here, let me pull this up a little bit. Okay. This, okay, is a clean cloth. I have clothespin. On the other side there, you can see the edge of a box fan. Little old man tends to get a fever. So this air circulating around him, the way I have it arranged, it doesn't blow on him. Hi, Angie's Life. It blows around him. Okay. I wish, in a way, that for Flip Flop, I could show you his front legs and paws, honey. Flip Flop, the best I can think to describe it. If you've ever seen a person whose hands have been gnarled by rheumatoid or osteoarthritis. When I was a kid, what we used to call the rheumatiz. Up to, okay, his entire front paws, the ankle right above, right where the paw joins the leg, and then up to what we would call like our knee, okay, is terribly deformed. And he is also FIV positive. Now, I realized after looking at the upload of the last live chat, the live chat replay, and thank you, Carrie, that you were answering questions for folks in the chat about what is FIV. FIV is the feline form of HIV. So not only is little old man crippled and born that way, but he's FIV positive, meaning he has a suppressed immune system. So he has had bacterial infection in his back ankles. And in the front, he has had, or I'm sorry, I'm getting it backwards. Babies, maybe I can't honestly remember. He had bacterial infection either in the front or back, and high white cell blood count in the other. But FIV, there's no treatment. We used to have a vaccine, and the majority of the cats here were rescued before the vaccine was taken off the market in the United States and in Canada. And I've explained before, if the cat tests positive for FIV, they cannot be vaccinated. So we were having all the rescues tested. Wang Chang Cheetah Burrito is FIV positive. But all the other cats in this portion of the house were rescued before the vaccine was taken off the market, and they are not positive. They've been vaccinated against it. Plus, they don't tend to fight. And FIV is not transferred through the sharing of food and water. It is transferred through bite or, fighting. So, babies, that's our update on the low man. And if I can ever manage to get a still shot at least of his front legs for those who haven't seen them, then we'll do that. But you can see that what I've done there is I've got him on his cooling pad, a clean rug. I have another one of these rugs. The other mat like this is out on the front porch drying as well, because when it happens, it soaks all the way through, and I have to sanitize. That's just some old paint, dried paint, you guys. That's not anything nasty. I have to sanitize the whole inside with my Clorox stuff, which of course I keep him, hang on, I'm sorry about that, which I keep him away from. I'm very careful. I don't spray it into his habitat. I spray it onto the cloth, paper towel, or clean rag that I'm going to use for the cleanup. I don't spray it into the habitat itself. I make sure that the fan is running, and I make sure that little old man is on the opposite end, and that the fan is blowing, what would it be? Like it's blowing over him and then the stuff, the cleaner, not blowing the stuff and then to him. So, I guess to close out, we will venture into the world of the Kraken cats. I have been in there this morning, of course, to make the morning rounds and feed. So I have no idea. Lady Opal Moon was out of her collar this morning. Hi, Marianne. So, you know the routine. Cue the dramatic music. Willow? Oh, our little thug who usually, when she knows that we're going into the Kraken, where I've pointed out a number of times what she's done to my door, the other side of which is still not painted. Okay. See, there's always a place to hang a drying bed. Oh, and he did get his urinary tract health formula. It came, okay? I just wanted to finish up the little bag that he had before I opened the big bag, and I'm hoping this is going to help him. And now I can't remember, babies. It's posted on the channel. Right off the top of my head, I can't remember who sent the urinary tract health formula, especially. Okay, I hear. What's going on in here? This morning, Lady Opal Moon was out of her collar. Okay, well, you've turned your bed upside down. All right. Here are the Kraken cats. There's another. There, yep, there he is. All right. Just in case for any newbies. just quickly, because most people know the story. These are 4 identical ginger tabbies. They even have the same number of rings on their tails. So they have to wear different colored collars so I can tell who's who. This is Summer Lucille. This is her brother, Sir Utah Simpson. This is her sister, Lady Opal Moon. And that is their brother, Sir Arthur Wells. They were rescued out of a storm drain on a stormy day. The storm drain, by the way, is about 50 feet long. And they were in the middle of it, the center. I'm not sure exactly how to describe it. It's a culvert running under a paved road at an intersection. We had been trying to rescue their mother, Ginger Snap, who it makes me sad to say it every time that people ask. She was rescued after they were born, and she had them weaned. There's video, guys, on the channel. I really don't want to. She was hit by a car, okay? I just need to leave it there. Okay. They were still nursing when they were rescued. We were never able to rescue Ginger until after we rescued her babies. It was quite an experience for the boss to get all 4 of these babies out of that storm drain. The boss laying on his belly in a muddy ditch in the rain. Cars whizzing by. But he did. We did. He did the work. I just grabbed the babies out of his hands as he would pull them out of the drain, one by one. And the very moment, quacking baby duck, the very moment that all 4 of these babies were in a carrier on the side of that intersection and carried to our porch, their mother came straight to me and began figure 8ing around my ankles. And she never left me again. Till the morning I woke up and found her at the mailbox. Sorry, I smell her. They look exactly like their mommy. She was an escaped foster cat from down the road. Sorry. Now, the ninja kittens are segregated from the rest of the clouder in the household because the vaccine against FIV is no longer available. And they are FIV negative. So I can't risk. So this was our guest room that we're in now. There's still pictures on the wall of when it was our guest room. My daddy, my mama. But we turned it into an indoor place for the 4 ninja kittens. And they share it because it has an adjoining door to my office. So me and the 4 ninja kittens, since winter came, have been sharing space inside, and that's okay with me. We've learned to work together. I'll never adopt them out. Hi, Dutchie. I can't trust anybody to love them and care for them the way that I do. So they'll be here with us from now on. If you're new, everything you're seeing was provided by viewers of this channel. The fountains, the dishes, the mat upon which they sit, the scratching post, the tower, the cat bed, the litter boxes, and the mat upon which they are sitting. Their favorite cat tower that came from Dynamite Twitch community. Everything for these 4 babies has been provided by the viewers of this channel. And they're not being very Kraken Cat right now. They're trying to fool you guys into thinking, Carrie blocked David Cohen. They are a delight in my life. Thank you, Carrie. Carrie, I don't want him timed out. I want him blocked. Thank you. Hi, Sassy. So, I guess we can go outside. I've still got a little battery. See if we can catch any of the outdoor rescues. Sorry I cried, guys. It's just Ginger Snap. I loved her so much. And it was a really big shock that morning. Anyway, so they're being all calm, cool, and collected and trying to make you guys think that I made this mess. When indeed, it's my Kraken cats. Well, I'm a bit reluctant to turn the lens back around since I've been crying, but it's not like you guys haven't seen me bawl before, is it? So, well, guys, we've been on almost an hour, and now that, thanks to you guys, we have successfully, monetized the channel and have memberships and all that great stuff. Wait, I might need to warm this up. Yeah, it needs a little zap in the microwave. But we might be able to catch a few outdoor rescues. Now, I guess I can move you away from the... Let me move you away from the microwave. Okay, now I mentioned Mr. Big Stuff. The big orange unneutered male that hasn't been letting me get close to him. Okay, he's let me pet him 2 times. Not big pet, not the way, you know, mauling pet, like I like to really get them and just pet them. Making friends pet, like we did with Hi Rosemary in Time. Making friends pet with, what is with my bangs? With Mr. Big Stuff, like we did with Mr. Grayson. So I'm thinking next project. Well, I mean, our goal. You know our goal here. Okay. Not the channel goal. We reached our channel goal. Although I'd like to keep growing, you guys. Okay. Give me more subs. Share more. Get me some more subs. But the goal is to get all of the strays, the ferals, neutered or spayed and get their shots. We've had a couple of successes here recently, most notably Mr. Grayson. Mr. Big Stuff is showing up every morning, and those pictures that I posted on our community tab yesterday of Mr. Big Stuff, those were taken. I'm sitting in my rocking chair on the front porch, and he's laying in the butterfly garden. I mean, I know one of them's kind of like out of focus because I zoomed in too far. I'm not a photographer, but okay. And he's coming in the morning and the evening now. And okay, today's Monday. I think it was Friday. And then again yesterday, when he came to eat, he let me one time. So, progress. And we will be able to use the TNR, Trap Neuter Release Program. We're going to go outside, guys, before we say goodbye. We'll use that for Mr. Big Stuff. Now, the little gray tabby companion, the one that came with Mr. Grayson when they found us, okay. Still, I mean, I reach out the hand, and it's like, no, and it's weird because it's been here as long as Mr. Grayson. It's really skittish. And it's full grown, but it's tiny like Will-O-Wisp. And I did forget to mention, for those of you that are new, and welcome to all the new members, and thank you for the super stickers and super, oh, I know I'm bouncing off walls. Okay. Dutchie, babies, how come I'm not seeing people joining? I'm seeing people with, hi, Valerie. I'm seeing people with badges and their names are green, but I'm not seeing the thing. Hi, Elizabeth. Okay, before we go outside, I wanted to, they were gifted. Mohawk Mom, who gifted them? I'm so sorry that I missed it. I'm sorry you're looking at my nose. Gifted memberships? Spudler. Sassy Ann got a membership. Congratulations to those who received the gifted memberships. And thank you so much to the gifter. Spudler, you are way too generous over here. Thank you. Sasha and Spudler gifted. Sasha and Spudler, thank you. Okay, before we go out, looky here. I took a picture of the bottom one, and the reason it's crushed down is because Dewey has been sleeping on I think both of these were supposed to have come at the same time because Cotton Candy Boobs, one of, hi, Rosemary and Time. Hang on just a second. Let's see. How can you tell the age of the strays that come your way? Rosemary, it's very difficult. There's no precise, okay? Their teeth, mostly. The vet can guesstimate, and Rosemary and Time, it can be off by even a couple of years or several years. But I am not able to discern once they lose their, right at the teenage stage. I can discern up till then, Rosemary. Let me flip this back around for a second. Okay, this tooth right here, what we call our eye tooth. Okay, a kitten is they lose those and they get adult ones. Okay, and that happens right off the top of my head, Rosemary. I'm sorry, but right off the top of my head, I can't remember at what age that happens. But it's after weaning and as they're approaching what I call the teenage years of a cat, before they're a year old. So I can kind of tell, but after that, Rosemary, I have to rely on my vet. Like with Little Old Man, for instance, who was named Little Old Man because of the way he walks. But Dr. Sarton just said, I can tell you he's an older cat because he's missing a couple of teeth and the condition of his gums. But Rosemary, Bubblegum, you got a membership. Sandy can't. Why were you feeling stupid, honey? Sandy? At 4, that sounds right. That sounds right, Mohawk Mom. About 4 months. But y'all don't hold me to that because I'm off the top of my head. Baby, why were you feeling... Sandy, don't you ever feel... Everybody in this chat room are the best people on earth. Okay, back to these. One of our subscribers... You're welcome, Rosemary. I hope it helps, honey. One of our subscribers, username Cotton Candy Boobs, had left a comment under one of our videos last week saying there be a shipment coming from me from Chewy on Saturday, day before yesterday. Okay, Saturday. I beg your pardon. I've got quite the frog in my throat. And she left the comment because Chewy doesn't have the option for the gift card like Amazon does. Okay. So she just wanted, oh, it's Tuesday. Is it Tuesday? No, it's not. Today is Tuesday. Oh, you're right. Yesterday was trash day. Listen, when you're an old retired woman, you don't really care what day of the week it is unless the trash man's coming. Okay, it's Tuesday. Unless you're in Australia, it may be Wednesday there. But no matter where you are, it is not Monday. Shoot. All right, now hear me out. Quit distracting me. It is indeed Tuesday. Guys, it's not just being old, it's being retired. When you don't have to know Monday through Friday, you don't have to know Monday through Friday. Okay. Now, I'm not going to look at your chat because you keep distracting me, at least till we go outside. I'm going to finish this story about these 2 boxes. The one on the bottom came on Saturday. The one on the top came yesterday. I'm pretty sure they're both, unless one of them is from Sasha, because Sasha uses Chewy. They're from Cotton Candy Boobs, and I want you guys to see the condition. Look at this. Guys, UPS and FedEx deliver Chewy. I don't know if you guys know that. Amazon is delivered by the United States Postal Service. I have never had one single damaged box from the United States Postal Service. UPS and FedEx, uh-huh. And as you can see, the box has been opened, okay, and retaped. You tell me. I don't know. Okay, it's not from Sasha because you're just using my PayPal. Okay, honey. Because Sasha is, what did I do with my coffee? Okay, Sasha, I mean, it's Monday morning, so I have to have coffee. Sasha has been using Chewy, and now she's using our PayPal. Which, mods, if you don't mind, since we're running a live, it wouldn't make me mad if you wanted to drop the Cash App and PayPal in chat, just in case anybody wants it. But I don't see. Still I look and see anybody's out here. Okay, so they're probably both from Cotton Candy Boobs, and I'm pretty sure that they're both dry cat food. And guys, we love it. We love everything you send. Yeah, Monday coffee on Tuesday, sweet tea. But there's this other bed drying. There's the mat that got saturated drying as well. I don't see. Okay, right there is where Mr. Big Stuff was laying when I took those pictures. See? And we're right on the porch. So we're making progress. But I need to get around to the catio side, or I can't see your chat. And I'm going to be smoking a cigarette. So if anybody is offended by that, I would want you to know ahead of time. And if you have children watching, please tell them that this old lady, whose name is Susan, is setting a very bad example for them. I'm not their role model, fortunately, but that this is not a good thing to do. Hang on, guys. I got to tap it. It's one of the bosses. It's not mine. I haven't been to the tobacco store for a couple of days. I'm trying to cut back. I wish I could quit, actually. Wouldn't hurt me any, would it? Anyway, he knew I was out, and the boss likes to, he pays attention, so he left me some of his. We had quite the rain here last night. I haven't seen the baby whistle pigs since Saturday morning, and I'm sure it was Saturday. I haven't taken food out for them this morning because I didn't see them yesterday, nor have I seen them today. Now, you guys know that I was trying to turn it a little bit that way in case, well, we'll just keep it like this because we're about to say goodbye. I'm about to say goodbye. I've got housework to do and a load of laundry. They didn't like the beets. Groundhogs don't eat beets. So I still have one of the beets. I guess the boss and I, who like beets, will eat the beet that you guys bought. I'm pretty sure they've gone to the creek and the walk, which is like right there. I know you can't see it, but it's right there. Um, but the birds have been enjoying what was left by them. Some kernels of the corn were left the last time they were here. They left all of the beet slices. You know, I cut it up for them. Not into bite sizes. It's just, I don't want them to fight over one beet, right? Or one ear of corn. So I'm going to section it up. They love the corn. They love the sweet potatoes. They love the carrots. They didn't like the turnip. I know we all assumed, right? And I think that, I'm not sorry that the bird song is so loud because I love it, but I'm sure that for you guys, especially if you're wearing earbuds, it could be a little uncomfortable. But I have lots of trees and I have lots of birds with lots of cats. And no, we are not losing songbirds because of a cat rescue. Now, I don't put out bird food anymore. The bird feeders, you may have seen them from time to time. They're still hanging out there on the, okay, I don't know. Okay, see right there on the old clothesline pole? And on the other clothesline pole, there are bird feeders as well. But I haven't filled them. Yeah, that's a mockingbird. I haven't filled them for 3 seasons because I realized that they don't really need it. The birds here in this particular location have an abundant food source. So also, I didn't feel right about attracting birds to a cat rescue, like on purpose. But I mean, it's not that they've never. Okay, we've been here not quite 10 years at this location. And it's not that they've never gotten a bird, but it's rare. It's extremely rare. I mean, they watch them and they'll go through the motions, you know, the watching and then but the cats seem to lose interest in them pretty quickly, and maybe it's because they have full bellies. I don't know. But oh, there's a groundhog out, and I haven't taken food. Okay, it's not one of the babies. I don't know if you guys can you guys even see it? I can't zoom in, guys. Okay, but right there. It's one of the adults. Dutchie, I've had one hummingbird, or I've seen one. It came to the morning glory blooms. Now, when my cypress vine, well, since we can't zoom in on the groundhog, let me turn it back this way a little bit. I grow cypress vine for the hummingbirds, but of course it's not going to be up and blooming for several more weeks, maybe even a month. But the hummingbirds just swarm that cypress vine. They love it. But they come to the purple morning glories. Dutchie, do you put out, I don't put out, is Cotton Candy Boobs here? Honey, were you here a while ago? Your boxes were, and if both of them are from you, you haven't seen one yet? Dutchie, do you put out food or do you plant for them? Lise has 3 hummingbird feeders. You have get out of here, Lise. You guys know when I say get out of here, that's just a figure of speech. That's me going, What? Wow. And did you guys, okay, Sassy, you have lots of hummingbirds. And of course, I don't want you guys doxing yourselves by saying where you live or anything. Cotton candy boobs, baby. One of them came on Saturday. One of them came yesterday. And the one I haven't opened, the boss hasn't opened either one, baby, because what we're, there in the beginning, we were getting like 10, 15 boxes a day. And now that things have kind of leveled off, we'll be getting like 3, 4, maybe 5 boxes a week or every couple of weeks. Okay. Now that we've all kind of figured out our rhythm here. And so what we do, unless we feel like, ooh, what's in there, we actually need it like right now, which is very rare because you guys are so generous. They haven't been opened because we like to let several collect so that we can make a long enough video of the boss opening boxes to make it kind of fun for the viewer. But cotton candy. The first box came on Saturday, pretty good shape. Yesterday, the second box came. Beat up. And baby, from the weight and the sound of it, I'm pretty sure it's a great big bag of dry cat food. So there's no damages. But your second box, cotton candy boobs, is beat to smithereens. It even looks like it's been opened and retaped. So, Dutchie, isn't that, that's a lot of hummers. Yeah, baby, that's my understanding as well. Guys, I got to go get my lighter. Hang on a minute. I let it go out. Sorry, guys. Did something green? Welcome to Angel Cat, Arkansas, Missouri Penny. Welcome. Thank you for joining. I'm getting better at touching the screen on my phone and not messing things up. A little bit better. Cement truck going up the road. Hang on. Okay, so Lise and Dutchie, and I keep missing it if you've already answered. I'm sorry. Do you put out feeders to attract the hummers, or do you plant? I'm one that plants to attract. Like I have a butterfly garden. The cypress vine is for the hummers. Thank you, Arkansas, for sharing the channel. I would love to have more viewers and supporters from our area, from right here where we live. You know, even people that, like you, Arkansas, that if you wanted to, you could even come by and visit. And as a member of the channel or sub to the channel, you can even like check it out for real and like go, hey, you know, this lady is for real. This is really where she lives and really who she is and what she does. But years ago, I used to put out feeders for hummingbirds. Hi, Kasha. You have feeders and plants too. I used to put out feeders here again years ago. Okay. Before I was a cat rescuer, I was an avid bird watcher. I just love I love animals. Always have. And I had the Audubon the official field guide and all that. But it was years ago that I learned that the Rocky Mountains, I know this isn't a bird channel, and I know so little about birds, I shouldn't be talking about it. But the Rocky Mountains are a natural barrier. And the birds that we have on the eastern side of the Rockies, in some cases, are not the same birds that you would find on the western side of the Rocky Mountains. The hummingbird, just from what I've read and understand, is one of the birds. Our hummingbirds are not the same hummingbirds that are on the western side of the Rocky Mountains. If that any of that word salad makes any sense at all. Babies, all of a sudden we're on here an hour and 20 minutes. I don't know how that happened. Yes, Elizabeth. We have had, it is interesting, isn't it, Rosemary? I never knew that until I became a bird watcher, about the Rockies being a natural barrier and the different types of birds. What was I going to respond to? I'm sorry. I think it was something Elizabeth said, and your chat has disappeared. You're 2 hours from the Rockies, Mohawk. Okay, it was Elizabeth saying moles. Yeah. Haven't had any in a couple of years. But yeah, and they want to bring them to me. And Elizabeth, I know you know what I'm talking about. When they get a mole or a vole or a bird or like a field mouse or something, Lise, thank you for posting that in chat. Yes. And I lost my train of thought. I'll get back to it, and then we're going to close. About the hummingbird feeders. They bring them, and I did some reading up on this. They bring it to add to the pantry. According to what I've read, when the cat brings to you or near to you, yes, it's a gift. So I thank them. Oh, thank you. Mommy really, really wanted that dead mole. I'm hungry right now, so I'll just go ahead and take it over to where I eat and have it by myself. And then, of course, I dispose of it without the cat realizing that I didn't eat it. Okay, and in closing, I quit putting out the hummingbird feeders, at least because I had read years ago about hummingbirds getting a fungus. Do you know anything about that? You used to get slugs in big oak leaves. But Lise and Dutchie, do you guys know, have you heard about that? So I quit putting out feeders, making my own hummingbird food, a fungus. And they said don't use red food dye because it wasn't good. So that was the first thing I cut out. And you have to, well, I was a regular water changer. You guys know, or I hope you know by now, like for instance, with the litter boxes here, they get cleaned twice a day. And if there's like maybe somebody's having a loose stool and there's a little extra going on in the litter box activity area, then there's a special scoop, in the little blue bag. But they get cleaned, scooped twice a day, a little bit of fresh litter added on top. And then once a week, they get completely broken down, sanitized, dried, and refilled with all clean new litter, which is why I go through so much litter around here. They get black mold in them. So I'm not gonna, I think I'll just stick with my plantings for my hummingbirds, because I'm afraid I might let it get away from me. But yeah, don't use the dye. Yeah, Sassy doesn't use any food color, any coloring either. Because the red of the feeder, the container itself is supposed to attract them, isn't it? Yeah, Valerie, I like naturalism. And glass reservoirs are the best to use, like as opposed to plastic, Dutchie. Because some of them that I've seen are plastic. And I don't know, I just feel like you can get glass cleaner because it's not porous and you can scrub it and not cause an abrasion on the surface so much. Okay, Sasha changes and cleans her feeders twice a week, and she makes her own nectar, 1 cup of sugar to 3 cups of water. Okay. So guys, you never know what you're going to get on a kitty cat channel. Sometimes you come over and you get hummingbird feeder advice. And the plastic deteriorates in the sun. Yeah. And also, you know, there are the issues depending on what the what am I trying to say? What the plastic, the quality of the plastic itself. Okay, there are some plastics that are carcinogenic. You got to be really careful, like with your water bottles and stuff. I mean, I don't want to get on any kind of weirdness or anything, but y'all just be really aware. Don't use and reuse plastic for things you're going to consume over and over and over and over and over again. Okay. Yeah, where it's made and you want PVA free plastic. Yeah. But, and darlings, you got, you know, listen, I grew up in a world to a certain point in my life. If plastic existed, I did not know it. I don't think I knew about anything being plastic until Tupperware. I grew up in a world where things were in the grocery store. They were contained in either glass, cardboard, waxed cardboard, or cellophane. Cellophane is made from cellulose. Okay? Plastic is made from dead dinosaurs. Plastic is made from the leftover residue from the production of petroleum products. I don't like plastic. We have plastic because the petroleum industry had to figure out what to do with their waste. So somebody invented plastic. All right, kiddos. Yes, and you can buy a Three Musketeers for 5 cents. And a Milky Way, and they were bigger than they are now. They even had a thing called a Mars bar. I'm sure none of you even know what I'm talking about. I don't think they make them anymore because I haven't seen one in about, almost 70 years. I loved Mars bars. Do you guys remember, Sandy, you remember wagon wheels? Babies, we're telling our ages now. Not that we really care. Abazabas. I don't know what that is. Abazabas. What is that? Penny, you love Mars bar. They still have wagon wheels? No, they don't. Do they really? Don't tease me. I haven't seen wagon wheels. Dutchie, you remember Mars bars. Chico sticks. I love Chico sticks. Moonlight View. I love Chico sticks, and you can still get them. Do you guys remember bicycles? Hi, Not Crazy. Oh, when gum went up, yeah. Yeah. When I was a kid, the gums available were Wrigley's Spearmint, Wrigley's Double Mint, Wrigley's Juicy Fruit, or Adams, Blackjack, Clove. They made another one. There was another gum. Oh, I loved the Juicy Fruit. And when you'd go to church every Sunday morning, there was always that really cool, she probably wasn't that old. I can't remember, Not Crazy. Beech Nut. Yes, Beech Nut. That's it. That's it. And but there was always either the Sunday school teacher or like the oldest lady at the church house, and she always had a package of Juicy Fruit gum in her purse and Kleenex. Do you guys remember? I mean, I know not all of us went to church, and it's not an issue, so we don't need to make it one. But in my life growing up, get rid of a toothache, you bet. Gushers. No, I don't remember Gushers. Was that one of those candies that you would bite into and it had all the fruit, like the fruity juice inside? No, but not candy. Dentine was the original big red. I mean, I forgot about Dentine. Dentine was the cinnamon gum when I was a little kid. But anyway, yeah, Mama carried Juicy Fruit. Yes. And see, Dutchie, most people, she's in the Carolinas, okay, on the eastern seaboard of the United States. I'm in Arkansas. Folks, in this little quadrant, if you will, of the United States, it's different. It's different. Everybody had a mama, even if you didn't have a real mama. And everybody's mama carried Juicy Fruit gum. And everybody's mama had a Kleenex or a real handkerchief that if you were the little snotty-nosed kid in the pew sitting behind them, they'd give you a piece of gum and wipe your nose. Or they'd let you come sit beside them because they'd let you lay your head in their lap and sleep through the church service. Where Mama or Aunt Berta Faye would keep pinching you, like right about here, to wake you up. And you'd already sat through Sunday school, which was a whole lot of fun because you did some crafting and you learned about Jesus and how he loved children. And then you had to go into the big people part. And you wanted to just lay down in the pew and go to sleep and have some Juicy Fruit gum and have Mama wipe your nose with a Kleenex or a handkerchief. But Mama or Aunt Bertie Face always pinching you, making you wake up for the church service. I wanted the lady with the Juicy Fruit gum. Sweet Tea, you're in Georgia. Okay. Sweet Tea's in Georgia. Sweet Tea can relate. So, all right, babies. Looky here. We've been on here an hour and 34 minutes. I didn't mean to stay on this long, but I enjoy chatting with you guys and checking in with you so much. And I like it when our conversation evolves like it did today. And we share things about ourselves and our memories. I like that a lot. So thank you guys for being willing to let me into your life too. I know it's just a chat room, but you share bits and pieces of your hearts and your minds. You share treasures and precious moments. And I like that an awful lot. So, what's new, pussycats? Oh, oh, oh. Please remember to spay and neuter your pets. Please be kind to wildlife. Remember they were here first. And please be kind one to another. It doesn't hurt a single bit. And it doesn't cost one thin dime. And every time you are kind, it will return to you tenfold. God bless and keep every single one of you till we meet again. Love you, fur babies. And take care of yourself, because if you don't take care of you, how can you take care of them? Right? Bye-bye. I love you guys. I'm going to go put on some clothes. And welcome to all the new members and subs. Bye-bye. And as always,